Members of BFW, what is up? This is Pepto-Bismol casting you only the greatest hits from our war versus Peyton Place. So before we go into this one, let's take a look at our last couple wars. I'm not going to lie to you folks, I just didn't have the heart to cast our war versus Predation. It was just a tough loss, I just didn't have it in me. After our loss to Whiskey Warrior, I think we were definitely struggling. It had been a while since our victory against boys around here, and we needed this one badly. But I think we won it decisively. I think we proved that in what I would consider to be a fairly even matchup, we played well, definitely were more skillful than these guys. And, I was speculating on their name a little bit. The only thing I can legitimately come up with is the fact that they're some bunch of dudes from Indianapolis, and they're all Colts fans, and they're mostly just really sad that Peyton Manning is gone. So, let's go ahead and take a look first at the defensive stands. Oh, I'm sorry, before we even get to that. Hail Lord Bear, hail the great leader. He is eternal, and his will shall be done through BFW. So, let's get to the defensive stats first. Big T up top. We're doing really, really well there. So, held off 3 hits. And, again, I think we were a little late to the game in deploying our new strategy of top drops down to hit, mid-tier goes up to try to get the 2-star up top. And so what we saw here was that Thomas and Duranji, both with big defensive stands up top. So first we had Vampire 88 having to come in and clean up after Thomas had already won 2 defenses against them, so great job there. I think that Supermax base is that defensive stand is something we absolutely needed, soaking up those hits so that they couldn't distribute them down low. Next, we saw Duranji, again with a very intimidating base, only giving up 1 star. So good stuff there, Duranji. Zeke and Halby also with some great defenses. Zero grind, fairly consistent on the defensive all-stars list. And here we go. Our murderers row down the middle. Joe Pavo, Igor, Thresh, Ragnar. These guys all did not give up the 3-star and really took up a ton of their hits. So I think we stressed them out in the middle and we exposed their weaker underbelly. Ooh, Konar Blood also picking up some good defenses there. So again, I think top to bottom we were better than them. And the 4-star win absolutely shows that. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these awesome hits. Up top, we had Duranji. Yeah, let's take a look at Duranji's hit on Vampire 88. Duran's been employing this kind of multi-Valk P.E.K.K.A thing, and it's looking pretty good. So here we go, Duranji, always carrying a tough load. This guy is swinging into Supermax bases here, and that is something that, personally I just really dislike doing, because when things go wrong, they go really wrong. So Duranji taking a safe approach, going for the Quake, also going for the Golems. So Golems into the single target Inferno, but great timing on that freeze, able to pick up a lot of good value. Okay, here we go. CC Pulls comes in, and he's sprinkling in the Valks, and the CC troops are mostly going after his Golems there. So once the Valks are triggered, the Eagle fires, and the Eagle looks like he's just poking a whole bunch of those Golems. So again, Duranji able to mitigate a lot of this Eagle artillery damage with his heroes and Golems. The Loon goes down to the Wizards, and I wonder how he's going to go get back to the to the town hall. But there we go. He uses his Clan Castle troops. So that was a pretty good move there, Duranji. So he's using his hero cluster. He can't control that pathing as well, but he cleared out top, he cleared out bottom, and then he was able to deploy his CC troops in a reasonable manner so that they went right at that town hall. So again, Duranji showing some great planning, showing some great timing here on this Supermax base. He says to himself, forget it, I'm not going to be able to penetrate to the Eagle, but I do identify some defensive inefficiencies in this base, and I'm fairly certain I can pick up that 2-star. So Duranji, excellent role player, kind of like the 3 and D guys on the Celtics who are currently beating the Cavs. So here's another one. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to Joe Pavo for really pulling this one out here. So this is an 11 hitting up on a 3. And I think between Duranji and Joe Pavo, you guys really freed up our top hitters to go after those 3 stars down low and make this war winnable for us. Can't say enough about this new strategy. I was probably late to the game in adopting it. But let's take a look at how Joe Pavo is able to mitigate, this kind of Town Hall 11 base. Because one thing I think we do have is we have some absolute offensive all-stars, some people with a lot of offensive power. And I think it's just worth noting that, they can hit up. Joe Pavo is our 11, but he can absolutely hit up and take down a 2 as needed. So if you're not feeling sure about picking up a 3, you can do tons of goodwill. You can do tons of good work by hitting up, getting that 2. So it looks like Joe Pavo, again, tries to clear it as much as he can before the eagle hits. And then big bowler deployment, using his king. So his king is going to be crucial here again to eat the eagle artillery. But he's facing double single target infernos that are high level. And so the real question is going to be, does he get that percent? He's probably going to be able to get that Town Hall, based on the placement of his spells, based on the placement of his troops. Okay, so now things are going to get a little bit dicey. His eagle artillery is targeting his bowler stack. And again, I urge you to stagger your bowler deployment, mostly because you don't need a huge stack to be effective. But here we go. His bowlers, are they able to pick up that additional 2%? It looks like he's got it. Wallbreaker's coming in. He's still got that whiz. Deploys a couple whiz on the edge to pick up those bonus percents on the side. So great play there. And I think we'll probably see, there we go. Backplaying the whiz after he took out the core of the defenses. And so looks like Joe Pavo's got the safe 2. Again, unable to penetrate to the eagle, and that's what we're seeing. A lot of these deep eagles are basically designed so that you have to choose between an easy Town Hall or the deep eagle. And you know what? I mean, that's just the way it goes. We're more than happy to pick up a 2 on this. I don't think we have anyone that consistently 3-star an eagle artillery base, especially with infernos. I think plenty of us can 3-star a base with just an eagle without infernos, but I think when you mix those 2 together, it's just so many defensive factors to account for. So Joe Pavo picking up tons of percent on this guy, really doing a great job. And again, excellent work there, sir. So lots of effort coming across here. So Thomas with the high 3-star here. And I think this is really where the fruits of our strategy have started to bear fruit. The fruits of our strategy are coming together. So Thomas, again, one of our top dudes, basically going with a Mega Minor Queen Warden walk here. So here we go, Big T, coming at Sir Spitz a lot. And it looks like Thomas is feeling pretty good about this base. This one, at best, would have been a 50-50 shot for me. This is a fairly challenging base. Oh, actually, I take that back. He's got the side CC. But still, he's got split infernos, a good channel. There's definitely a possibility that somebody lower level like me would have run out of steam before I got into that core. And anyway, we see Thomas going with the Mega Minor, gets very good distribution on his Rage. So the nice thing about Rage Minor Healer is that if they tunnel under, it can be very effective. So Rage Minor is something that we haven't seen too much in our meta. And as I mentioned, though, you can definitely use minors to just overpower a weaker opponent. And I think that's what we see Thomas doing here. Something that we can all kind of take some lessons on. If you get Rage Minor Healer, you can pick up a ton of value because, again, healers can heal the miners while they're hidden underground. And the Rage mitigates the minor time that they spend above ground. So, you can absolutely double Rage your miner squad through their tough defenses up top. And what we've seen here is that, the Minor Grand Warden Healer Rage combo is just too much for this Town Hall base. And I think, these are some really nice exploits that we've seen. So Thomas really innovating on this hit. Again, really nice style hit. Looks safe, feels consistent. He pulled the CC early and showing us off all the principles of that minor hit. So again, main thing for miners, you got to account for the CC. Most of the time, we're going to go with air, loons. If loons get over your miners, you're done. Because miners tend to stack, so the AoE hits really, really hard. But once you account for that CC, come in with minor Rage, rock and roll. Halby, Again, also with a high 3-star here, going with his patented Lava Loon. I think he was saying in chat that this attack went really poorly, so I'm excited to watch. Always more fun to watch something totally insane. Okay, so there we go. Halby, thinking he has Baby Dragon, ends up going with Wizard Winion, and to try to clear out that space. And looks like he gets the queen going where he wants to go. Gets the CC pull also on the offside. I didn't even see that. Was it a loon? Oh no, it was a hog pull. Again, great job, Halby. I think the question is the hog pull worth it? I think it is. I mean, if you can waste 5, even 10 housing space on a good CC pull, that's totally worth it. I would encourage folks to continue to be more elegant, more refined with their main army troops so that you have more room to play with your additional housing space. And obviously, housing space, the most important commodity, so upgrade those camps as soon as you hit Town Hall 10, as soon as you hit Town Hall 11, but in any case. So Halby kind of goes with a spread deployment here, just based on the way the defenses are clustered. A couple of his loons are kind of stacking a little bit, but that's not a big deal. Haste comes in, he's still got the rage, and looks like there we go. So loons into the core, and that's when he pops his rage. That's when he pops his magic book. So I think this attack really, he had a couple really elegant moves. He's walked his loons really nicely through the core, and the side loons also had the haste. So he had 2 loon stacks. He identified that pretty quickly and was able to accommodate for that. In addition, his magic book timing was perfect. Usually in the core we see tons of air traps, we see tons of anti-air, all the traps get popped, the hidden Teslas and all that stuff. Hidden Teslas just wreck loons. But he's got tons of troops left. He was able to mitigate all that damage with the magic book, with his haste and his rage, and again, great hit by Halby. So, I think it may have felt a little bit off, but looking at the end results, I can't argue one bit. It was a beautiful, beautiful hit. I screwed up a little bit there, so those 2 are on me. We really should have been 56-50. Let's go ahead and cast a Zeke. I haven't cast Zeke for a while. So Big Zeke, here we go. He's going goalie bowly. Pretty classic for Zeke. Zeke is one of those guys who's always favored a goalie bowly kind of approach. Oh man, and he boosted his troops and they turned blue. That's pretty cool. I've never seen that. I was trying to figure out why his troops turned blue, and then I realized he probably used a troop booster. So, don't forget about those. You need a boost. Drop the blue. All right. Looks like they don't hit heroes, but they do hit spells and troops. So here we go with the Queen Warden walk. Pretty standard here. Swinging into max heroes. This is a tough base. Frank the Body is not messing around. His walls aren't max, but he's getting there, and he's been really, really cautious about what defenses he upgrades. He's got max air D. He's got that super max mega cannon. I'm sure his archer tower is top level too. His little jacked up archer tower. Anyway, I can't see it. It might have gotten taken out already. But here we go. King swinging in, and there we go. King goes down, nice and easy. Rages through the king. He's going to pick up an X-bow here. Thankfully, Frank the Body doesn't go with Inferno Towers, but make no mistake, this guy has manicured his base. He's thought about the defensive upgrades that he needs to make. And overall, just, pretty scary. But Zeke gets great value on his Queen Warden walk, as we expect. And then, oh, there we go. He's catty-cornered on that air defense, which is always a problem. And, I think that's really where some of these attacks go awry, is you just lose a lot of healers to air defense attrition. But anyway, here we go. So we got a lot of heat. He poisons the CC troops really nicely, but he doesn't have a lot of anti-air in that sector, and he's going to have to rely on his Queen rotating over. So Queen rotates after the King and the Warden finish off some of the stuff. So that's a really nice transition. Oh man, that was nice. So what we see from Zeke is that he has a really nice Queen Warden transition over into the Bowler stack, something that I definitely need to practice myself, and have not been as diligent about practicing. And, oh, there we go. So double giant bombs pop, but he's still got his bowler stack going towards the middle. His golem is just firing. So he gets a couple really nice pathing pickups. Overall, looking really good for this hit. And, P.E.K.K.A coming in too. There we go. P.E.K.K.A is the wall breaker. Very nice. So Zeke, with a couple nice flourishes here, has a 4 healer stack. Personally, I prefer to go with more just in case. But, this is his hit, absolutely. Goalie Bully, 4 healers with a P.E.K.K.A. And it's just rocking on all cylinders. I would encourage, I think a lot of people ask for Supermax P.E.K.K.As in their CCs, and so that's definitely been hard. I don't even have max P.E.K.K.As. We do get the +2 level though, so keep that in mind, folks, when you're donating. And maybe we should just upgrade a couple P.E.K.K.As there to make sure that we get we can donate appropriately. So this is Kevin on a cleanup hit. This was nice, kind of putting it out of range for them. So Kevin with very, very high level heroes, including that level 20 Warden. And this is just going to be, looks like it's a classic minor rage in the style of Big T and Konar Blood. So Kevin going, there we go. Minor rage coming in the bottom, spanks the queen. Okay, here we go. How's he going to deal with the CC? So looks like that Loon, the Loon was haunting him for a little bit, and then eventually goes down to I think the Grand Warden. He's still got that Lava Hound, and the wizards are just shooting all over it. But eventually, yeah, just minor powers right through this thing. He magic booked appropriately through some of the bombs. I think he had a spell placement right on. That was overall a great hit by Kevin. Ragnar, I think we've cast him pretty recently. Definitely Zero Grind we've cast. Haven't done Konar for a while. KB, the Bloodster. So this is interesting. This looks like a hybrid minor attack with a little bit of a hit squad. So let's see what he does. Oh, Konar Blood picking up the easy CC pull. Nice. Again, so always look for these defensive inefficiencies. If you can see some troop deployment there. Konar Blood picking up on the fact that the hidden Teslas do not box out with red line territory, and so dropping a little dude, picking up the easy CC pull. Very nice trick there. I think we exploited these guys up and down the map, so just another example of us being able to exert our dominance. And there we go. We've got the Valk. So here's his hit squad, and I think he's still waiting for the Mega Minor deployment, and I wonder which direction he's going to swing in from. P.E.K.K.A comes down, King comes down, Bowlers. This is interesting. This is interesting watching this attack evolve. He's just a maestro with those wall breakers. Pretty much getting every wall break he wants. Second poison going down on the queen, and he's got the freeze, which is interesting. So this is actually going to be more of a minor heal as opposed to a minor rage. Oh, there we go. So Konar Blood, again, prompting me appropriately to mention the other big fallacy of minor attacks. The queen can mess you up. So be advised about that. Oh, nice freeze. Yeah, so there obviously is the guy's main defensive anchor, the double Tesla Expo. Konar Blood coming in with a freeze, saving it just for that. Because, it seems like his base is designed so that if you don't hit that compartment, and you save that one for last, you're going to get wrecked. And that's really going to be how he doesn't give up the 3-star. But again, really nice work there. He's able to trigger a lot of the traps with his walking troops and protect his minor horde. So it looks like Konar Blood anticipating all over this attack. He had a good pace where he was able to really look through everything and kind of see how he was going to play this one out. Great job there. KB, great hit. Good modification of minor bombs. Let's do a Jayhog. What is this nonsense? Sir Clash a lot. Looks like he's really min-maxing this base. Jayhog dropping some Quake, dropping some miners. Hog's going in, but the CC's still available. Oh, Jayhog, be careful, bro. Hero's still holding back. All right, so the CC is he's got a raging CC right now, and his hogs are getting smoked. But he's got enough wizards, and I think he's taken out every defensive structure that remains. So again, Jayhog, just be careful when you play your CC. You've got to Of course, pull the CC before you deploy your hogs. I think you were, pretty solidly overpowered for this base anyway. Just some friendly tips there. But great job here. I would just encourage you. A lot of these guys who are twinking their bases really know how to like rope a dope you mentally, and so just don't fall into the easy trap. They will try to mess with you. Yeah, look, he's got these corner Teslas. He's got this corner builder hut. They're gonna pull out every trick in the book to try to mess with you and prevent the 3-star running out of time. Again, lots of traps, so just be advised about that. The twink bases at the bottom are nothing to take lightly. So again, great job overall, team. Great war. We needed the win for sure, and I think top to bottom, great effort. Good hunting out there. Pepto out.